Hey everyone, welcome to 5-Star Guns and Gear, and today we're going to do just a little modification on this PSA dagger. This is to help you eliminate knuckle bite. So guys, a lot of times when we grip our gun, some of these polymer frames, if you'll see, they got kind of a sharp edge right here. A lot of people it doesn't bother, but some people it does. And I'm going to show you an easy way to remedy that situation. I already did this side right here, but for offhand shooting, I'm going to go ahead and do this side because I do have a little bit of knuckle bite right there. And what's causing that is just that sharp edge on the corner. We just got to break that edge. And what we're going to do is we're going to round it slightly off. That way, every time you grip it, it's very comfortable. You don't get that knuckle bite right there. And this is applicable to the Polymer 80s, PSA daggers, even some standard Glocks I've had to actually round these off before. Very simple, only takes a few minutes. Show you all this is clear. Matter of fact, we will go ahead and take the slide off. You don't have to do that. You can actually go ahead and break this totally down if you wanted to, but really there's no need. And all we're going to use is, I'm going to use just a sanding file right here. And just get you a small file set. I'm going to find one that has a tapered, rounded corner. You can use a diamond bit if you want. I like just the standard files for this. And it's going to be really simple, guys. All we're going to do is go in here, and I'll work this way. Now, on this one, I'll work from this way, but it's the right-handed. It'd be easier. And all we're going to do is break this corner. And we're going to round it just slightly. And I'm going to go up a little bit. And I'm going to go back ever so slight. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this and being really light with this. As you can see, you're going to start rolling a little edge. That's what you want. You want to hit it from this angle you can. Just know if you're not going to strip it down, be careful. That way you don't dig into any other components. And just know you may get some shavings down in your trigger control system, so sometimes that's not the best way to do it. Really, it's better if you break it down, but I'm showing you don't have to do that. You can hit this from both sides. As you can see, I'm just rolling this over is all I'm doing. And as you can see here, it's just lifting that off. You don't have to do it real extreme. Whatever's comfortable for you. Now try to keep the same shape and try to taper this uniform. As you can see, you're gonna have a little bit of a rolled edge there. You usually can just take your nail and break that free. Now guys, don't get in there and just bury this in. And hopefully you can see we got a rounded edge now. And what I'm wanting to do is get it to shape like this. Now you can see this doesn't look as pretty as this side, and I'm going to show you how to make it blend in and really look really good. That way you can't tell you've even done this. We're going to go tackle this just a hair more. And then you can use a piece of sandpaper, like 600 or 1000 grit, something pretty fine. Or these are actually made for the old knife polishing little stick. This is actually sold in the jewelry making industry. And I'll go in here and I'll just slightly hit it with this really fine paper. And that's about all we need right there. You want to make sure you don't have any extreme gouges or anything like that. And if you see anything off, like I see a little spot here I'm just not liking, that got rid of that. You hit it just light. Gonna blow out your trigger guard if you're getting any debris in it. And at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'll take something like Mother's mag polish right here. You can use any kind of polish. And I'll just get a polishing wheel that goes on the Dremel. Now, I'm not going to put this on the Dremel, guys. You start putting this on a Dremel and start going after this, if you're not careful, you will heat this polymer up, and I'm telling you, you're going to burn it. And you could actually melt it. So you really don't need to do that. So all I'm doing is wiping it on, and I'll rub it in. And then I'm going to turn this to a spot that doesn't have any polish. And we're going to polish this out. Just by hand. And it's not going to get everything out of it. You're still going to be able to tell there's a color difference in the plastic just where we sanded. But if you can see over here, we don't have that. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that where it'll blend. Right now I'm just putting pressure on, and if it heats up a little bit by hand, that's fine. We're not using any power, we're just doing it by hand, and it's already starting to blend, as you can see. That's actually pretty good right there. You could leave that right there, but I'm going to take just a little shop rag. Let's take a little gun oil. Just need a drop. That's all you need. That's actually more than what you need. And then I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to rub that oil in. And then we'll rub it and get it off. As you can see, I've got a little bit of polishing rouge right there. Just wipe that off. And as you can tell, everything's blended perfect. You cannot see the difference. You cannot see the difference in the coloration. Everything blends just perfect. Now, when you go to grip it, it is so comfortable. There's no more knuckle bite. And it depends on the shooter. Some shooters will never get knuckle bite with those rough edges. Depending on your knuckles, the way my knuckles are on this particular firearm and a lot of the Polymer firearms, it hits me right here, and it's just uncomfortable. And under recoil, it even enhances that where it's even worse. So if I want to offhand shoot now, I've got it where it's not going to have knuckle bite me on either knuckle. So that's something that it just kind of wears on you if you're competition shooting stuff. A lot of shooters will wear gloves and not ever have a problem. And sometimes just the way your hand's shaped, the size of your hand, you'll never have a problem. But if you're running that, you're having knuckle bite, that will take care of your knuckle bite. It's actually smooth, feels really good. Everything's blended in. There is no sharp edges right there. And you can do this to anywhere that you feel like you're going to get any kind of sharp edge that you want to mitigate any kind of rough edges. Usually it's just where your knuckles are going to be. So that's what we want to show you today. We can go ahead and put the slide back on. It's clear. And there we go. Absolutely can not see where we blended it. Everything's tapered just perfect. And we're ready to go. So guys, that's how you take care of a polymer frame gun, and this is applicable to any polymer frame gun that's giving you knuckle bite. It runs across the gamut of many brands, and this is a good way to take care of it. Very simple, very easy, very minimal work, and very minimal tools. I recommend get you a micro file set. And you can use sheath sandpaper. You do not have to have one of these sticks. I just have it have it handy on the desk here, so wound up using that. But just use a regular piece of sandpaper, 600 to 1,000 grits, all you need, and then finish it up just with a little bit of polish and rouge at first. Rub it really hard and work into that, and that's all you got to do. And then you're going to have a little bit of color variation just to mitigate that. Just get you a little gun oil, rub in there, and it's going to blend it in where it's going to change it. Everything's going to be the same color, and you're not going to even be able to tell that you've done that work to your gun. Again, do not rub too hard. You start filing too hard, you can take big chunks out of this unless that's what you intend on doing. Just take your time, take it easy. Guys, that's all I got today. I wanted to show you how to eliminate knuckle bite in a polymer frame. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, easy to do. Anybody can do it. Takes minimal tools, minimal effort, and your knuckles will thank you for it, especially if you're shooting a lot of rounds on the range. Guys, if you're subscribed, thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit that bell notification. That way you know when we're putting out new content. As always, guys, God bless, and we'll catch you on the next episode.